chapter 6, what's the solar system, okay? The Earth is the part of the system in the space called the solar system, okay? The solar system includes, number 1, the Sun, number 2, 8 planets, okay? Number 3, satellites and other smaller objects as dwarf planets, asteroids, comets, meteorites. Look at the figure in front of you. This is figure represent the solar system. Again, the solar system includes the Sun, 8 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, okay? And satellites and the other smaller objects like dwarf planets, asteroids, meteorites, and so on. The first body inside the solar system is the Sun, okay? The Sun is a medium-sized star, but it appears much bigger than other stars as it's the closest star to the Earth, okay? So the Sun appears the biggest rather than other stars found in the sky because the Sun is the nearest star to us. As we see in the figure, the Sun located at the center of the solar system, okay? And everything in the solar system rotates around it in fixed orbit, okay? Due to the presence of Sun gravitational force that keep each planet in its orbit. It's not a solid body, but it's a giant gaseous ball, okay? Sun, not solid as Earth, but it's a giant gaseous ball, okay? The Sun composed mainly of 2 gases, hydrogen and helium, where hydrogen gas represents 70% okay, of the Sun mass, while helium represents 25% of the Sun mass, okay? Look at the figure of the Sun. The hydrogen and the helium make a chemical reaction known as nuclear fusion inside the Sun, okay? And this is chemical reaction produce eruptions that leads to releasing a massive amount of heat and light energies. So the Sun, it's considered a main source of heat and light on Earth's surface, okay? Again, the Sun, a medium-sized star that located at the center of the solar system. It appears bigger because it's a nearest star to us. Everything in the solar system revolves around the Sun in fixed orbit by the effect of the Sun's gravity. The Sun, not solid ball, but it's a giant gaseous ball made of hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen represents 75%, while helium represents 25%, okay? Inside the Sun, a chemical reaction known as nuclear fusion occurred between hydrogen and helium and produce a massive amount of heat and light energies and leads to eruptions occurred inside the Sun, okay? The Sun is 4.5 billion years old, okay? And its surface temperature is more than 5,000 degrees Celsius. The second component in the solar system, 8 planets, okay? The 8 planets, the arrangement of the 8 planets according to the distance of the Sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, okay? They are objects that rotate around the Sun in the fixed elliptical orbits, and they have enough gravity to be round and also have a cleared area in their orbits, okay? Where the dwarf planets like Pluto not have a clear area in its orbit. So Pluto is a dwarf planet not from 8 planets, okay? Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, while Jupiter is the largest one, okay? When we arrange the planets according to the size from the biggest to the smallest, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Earth, Venus, Mars, Mercury, okay? We classified the 8 planets into 2 types, inner planets, okay, and outer planets, okay? The inner planets known as rocky planets, while outer planets known as giant planets, okay? Inner planets, they are the closest planets to the Sun, the first 4 planets. They include Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. They known as rocky planets because they have rocky surface made up of rocks. Also, they have a small masses and weak gravitational force, okay? While outer planets, that known as giant planets, they are farthest planets from the Sun, and they include Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, okay? These planets made up of gases, okay? So it's known as giant gaseous planets, okay? As hydrogen and helium, but the gases found in giant gaseous planet found in solidified form, okay? In solid state. They have a huge masses and strong gravity, where the gravitational force of the planet depends on its mass. If the mass of the planet increases, so the attraction force of the planet will increase and the gravitational force will be strong. And vice versa, when the mass of the planet decreases, okay, so its attraction force will be decreased and its gravitational force become weak, okay? So Mercury, because Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, so it has the weak gravitational force. So Mercury has no atmosphere and no moon, okay? While Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, so it has a strong gravitational force. So it characterized by presence of thick atmosphere and also the huge numbers of moons rotate around it. Okay? Thank you. Year 5 and goodbye.